Hello, hello! Welcome to Popcorn with Kristen. I am Kristen, of course, and today I will be reviewing Runaway, which is an 8-episode limited series on Netflix starring James Nesbitt. Now, this limited series is based off of Harlan Coben's novel, where James Nesbitt's character, as a father, his daughter goes missing. That is primarily the whole plot of the show. However, he does try to get some help from the police department, but eventually does end up going off on his own journey. In between, though, there are many side characters involved where their storylines end up interconnecting, and that's kind of where the suspense comes in and a lot of the plot twists and the tail between the legs where you're like, okay, now what's going on by episode 4? So that is just what I ended up loving about the show. And another thing is cliffhangers. At the end of each episode leaves a good cliffhanger where you just end up clicking next episode. So this is something where you might end up just maybe binge watching all 8 episodes in one day. I binge watched 6, so I mean, no judgment on me there. But anyways, I do want to say the first 2 episodes, it did take me to getting a little bit used to or comfortable, because I felt like the dialogue was a little bit cheesy sometimes in the first 2 episodes, so it was slightly off-putting to where I was like, okay, is this going to be more of a serious kind of thriller, or is it? But later, by the 3rd episode, it does end up getting a little more serious. So, not sure what happened there, or if that's just maybe my personal opinion, I guess, or if anyone else noticed that, let me know. Overall, I would say this show is definitely worth a watch. By the end of the 8th episode, I was just like clapping. I was like, phenomenal, phenomenal. But in just such a great way, I feel like everything unraveled very nicely and kind of honestly to the point where even though it's a limited series, I kind of was wanting a secret prequel, which I was researching, but it's a limited series. But just throwing it out there, if you want to make a prequel, go ahead. But either way, it stands alone without a prequel. Those are just some of my thoughts. Anyways, well, is this something that you will be watching? Have you watched it yet? Are you a fan of Harlan Coben? I mean, honestly, after the end of this series, I'm just going to watch more because something I discovered on Netflix, there's a whole Harlan Coben collection. So, except for, I guess Safe isn't like a direct adaptation from one of his books. So if you see Safe on there, it's just part of an original Netflix series, but Harlan Coben did help with that Safe series. But other than that, I mean, I think I might plan to watch the rest of his collection on Netflix. So just a little brownie point, if you didn't know about that. So, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review. This is my first YouTube video, so it's possible I'm a little rusty, but I'm really excited. This is just something, just like a cozy, cozy vibe I got going on here. Not super technical review or anything. Is it worth a watch? I really try to avoid any spoilers, so yeah. Okay, well, let me know what you think. Comments, thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. But till next time, have a wonderful day.